everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kaydee Tiemann and I'm a part of Carolina, Girl Scout Carolina's Peaks to Piedmont. And today I am joining you and we are going to be making a terrarium. So this is something that's very easy to make, and the great thing about terrariums is if you put a lid on it, it becomes its own ecosystem, so you really don't have to do anything with it once it's finished. So some of the things that you're going to need are some rocks, some activated charcoal, some soil, and then some plants of your choosing. Now I did say on my supply list sand. It's nice to have sand, but you don't have to have sand. That's optional. So the first thing, I'm going to use this big glass right here. And I got this at Dollar General for like $2. So you can find these glass jars pretty much anywhere. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to put some gravel, put some rocks, bottom. Now I found these rocks out at camp. But pretty much wherever you can find rocks, you can do this. And next we're going to add a layer of activated charcoal. Now, we got this off of Amazon. They were able to ship it out. The charcoal is going to help make sure that there's no mold that will grow in the bottom of your terrariums. And it's going to help keep things smelling nice. So if you think of like a fish tank, when you leave the lid on it and it has that odd fish tank smell to it, that's what your terrarium would smell like if you didn't have the activated charcoal in there. So now that we got that down, so you can see our 2 layers right there so far. Then the next thing I'm going to add is some soil. Again, we got the soil on Amazon. Just in case we need it. So I'm going to add just a little bit more to mine. Take my plants, get them out of their container. Again, we got these off of Amazon as well. Amazon's been very busy with us. I'm just going to carefully break up some of this, some of the dirt that it's packed in. And then I'm going to make a space inside and put my plant down. And then cover it up with the soil. I'm going to make another hole. Now when you're planting your plants in your terrarium, you want to make sure that it doesn't touch the glass. Your plants don't touch the glass. It may cause that part of the plant to start to mold. So you want to leave that in the glass. And then I'm going to go ahead and add one more succulent down here. Succulents are the best things to put into terrariums because they don't need a lot of water or sunlight. And so it's kind of hard to kill a succulent pretty much. So now the last thing that we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and spray some water into our sprays, and then I'm going to close it up and we're done. So thing with terrariums is if you've enclosed it, that's what the finished product looks like. If it's enclosed, really once a month you just need to spray down the soil. It's going to create its own ecosystem in here, so you don't have to do a lot with it. If you're doing an open terrarium, then you want to spray it down at least once a week. Pretty much any glass container can be used as a terrarium. So I have this mason jar right here, and as you can see, it's formed its own condensation. It's like living its own little world right here. So this guy's about a week old. And so this soil is not dry yet, so I'm not going to add any water to it. But once I notice that it starts going dry, I'll add some water. You want to keep it near sunlight, but out of direct sunlight, because too much sunlight is not good for succulents. So put it in a sunny room, but not like on a windowsill. Plus, if it's enclosed, it's just going to bake those plants if it's in the sun directly. So that is it for terrariums. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Remember, we're with you every week, Monday through Friday at 11, 4, and 7, and we